Hello friends, have a greetings of the day. This is Professor Dr. G.S. Vajire from Department of Electronics, Sri Shivaji College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Akola. Friends, we are going to discuss Unit 4 whose title is The Transistor. And to be exactly, our today's topic is Basic Transistor and Transistor Biasing. The transistor was invented by these three scientists whose name is John Bardeen, William Shockley and Walter Brattain at Bell Laboratories in USA in the year 1948. And due to this invention, all these three scientists were awarded by a Nobel Prize in 1958. As you might know that the first electronic computer was ENIAC, which was developed by US Army in 1946. There are some special things about ENIAC. That was, it includes more than 17,000 vacuum tubes and thousands of other electronic components. Due to this, total weight of this ENIAC was more than 30 tons. It occupies or needs surface area of more than 1000 square feet. Its power consumption was also about 140 kilowatts and its clock speed was only about 100 kilohertz. There are many more things about this ENIAC, but come to our topic, which is transistor. Due to the invention of transistor, all these vacuum tubes has been replaced by the transistors, and as a result, the weight of next generation computer has been tremendously reduced. Also, area and power consumption has been reduced. The clock speed and memory capacity also increase on more extent, and of course, all this could happen due to the invention of transistors. A transistor is very small and mechanically strong than vacuum tubes. A transistor basically consists like two back-to-back PN junctions manufactured in a single piece of semiconductor crystal. These two junctions give rise to three regions called emitter, base and collector. Accordingly, there are two types of transistors. First is PNP and second is NPN. Here in this figure, we have shown the structure of both transistors. First transistor, it is PNP, where the first terminal on left side, it is called as collector. The middle terminal, it is called as base, and right terminal, it is called as emitter. And same happens with NPN transistor. In below figures, these are the symbols for both transistors. First is symbol for PNP transistor and second is symbol for NPN transistor. Here also collector, base and emitter terminals are shown to the particular regions. Here collector, base and emitter electrodes are connected to the related terminals. In top left figure, emitter terminal is shown here. It is more heavily doped than any of the other regions because its main function is to supply majority charge carriers to the base. In middle section, there is base terminal. It forms the middle section of the transistor. It is very thin as compared to either emitter or collector, and it is very lightly doped. On left side, there is a collector terminal. Its main function is to collect majority charge carriers through the base, and to be clearly, it is moderately doped as compared to other two terminals. As shown in this PNP transistor symbol, arrow is always shown on the emitter terminal. And to be particularly, the arrow direction is always from P side to N side. Here emitter is P type and base is N type. So arrow always indicates P to N direction or emitter to base direction. And same rule is applied to the NPN transistor. Here arrow is also on emitter terminal, but its direction is from base to emitter, because here base is P type and emitter is N type. That's why arrow always indicate P to N side. Now come to the topic biasing of transistor or transistor biasing. For proper working of any transistor, it is essential to apply voltages of correct polarity across its two junctions. So it is worthwhile to remember that for normal operation of transistor, following two rules are applicable. First rule is the emitter base junction should be always forward bias. That means the emitter and base junction, whatever it may be, it should be always forward bias. And second rule is collector base junction should be always reverse bias. Again, in any case of transistor, collector to base junction, it should be always reverse bias. Here try to concentrate on this circuit. We have taken here the structure of PNP transistor. Here this first terminal, it is emitter, the middle terminal is base and last terminal is collector. So as per our first rule above, emitter to base junction should be forward bias. So the left side junction, it should be forward bias, as emitter is P type and base is N type. So emitter should be connected to positive of external battery and base should be connected to negative of external battery, so that this base to emitter junction should be in forward bias. And according to second rule, this collector, it is P type and base is N type. And as per a rule, this collector to base junction should be reverse bias. So this P type collector is connected to negative and N type base is connected to positive of external battery. This below figures indicates the same circuit with the symbol of transistor. In case of NPN transistor, the rules are equally applicable, that the left side junction, it should be forward bias, which is emitter base junction. So this emitter N type, it is connected to negative of battery and base is P type, which is connected to positive of external battery. And collector to base junction, it should be reverse bias. Here N type collector is connected to positive of external battery and P type base is connected to negative terminal of external battery, so that this collector to base junction is in reverse bias mode. Again, this below figure indicates the same biasing circuit by using the symbol of transistor. Friends, in case of transistor biasing, we have to memorize that unless and until these two rules are not followed in proper way, then the transistor will not work at all. So we have to take utmost care for proper biasing of the transistors. So let's stop here. Thank you very much.